That fascinating and often misguided belief that the world is one giant jungle and the alpha is the ultimate predator. But what if I told you that this alpha culture is a bit of a misdirection in the grand scheme of human evolution? Buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the world of alphas, betas, and everything in between. First off, let's tackle the myth of the alpha head-on. The idea of the alpha male comes from studies of animal behavior, particularly wolves. Researchers observed that in wolf packs, there was a clear hierarchy with an alpha male leading the pack. But here's the twist. Those early studies were flawed. Later research revealed that wolf packs are actually family units, and the alpha is usually just the dad looking after his family. Not exactly the cutthroat corporate ladder climber we imagined, right? Humans are social creatures, and our success as a species is built on cooperation, not domination. Early humans survived and thrived by working together, sharing resources, and supporting each other. Sure, there were leaders, but leadership was about guiding and supporting the group, not about being the loudest or the strongest. So why does the idea of the alpha persist in modern culture? It's partly because of our love for simplicity. It's easier to think of social hierarchies in black and white. Alphas at the top, betas somewhere in the middle, and the rest of us scrambling for scraps. But human social dynamics are far more complex and nuanced than that. Let's fast forward to modern society. The concept of the alpha has found its way into everything from corporate culture to dating advice. We're told that to succeed, we need to be dominant, assertive, and always in control. But let's be real for a moment. How often does this actually work? And at what cost? Take the corporate world, for example. The so-called alpha leaders often rise to the top through sheer force of personality, but their reigns can be marked by high employee turnover, low morale, and a toxic work environment. Contrast this with leaders who emphasize collaboration, empathy, and support. Studies show that these leaders often create more productive, innovative, and happy workplaces. So maybe the real alphas are the ones who understand the value of working together. Let's circle back to evolution. The idea that alpha culture is somehow ingrained in our DNA is a huge misdirection. Evolution didn't favor the biggest bully. It favored those who could adapt, collaborate, and innovate. The alphas of evolution were those who could build alliances, share knowledge, and find new ways to survive and thrive. Consider the example of early human tribes. Those that worked together, shared resources, and protected each other had a higher chance of survival than those that were constantly at each other's throats. In essence, the alpha mentality might actually be a relic of a past that never really existed. Now, let's talk about alpha culture in dating and relationships. This is where it gets really juicy. We've all seen those alpha male dating gurus who preach that to win over a partner. You need to be dominant, assertive, and always in control. Sounds like a recipe for a toxic relationship, right? And guess what? It often is. This alpha mindset creates a dynamic where one person always has to be on top, always has to win. It's a zero-sum game. And that's not how healthy relationships work. Real relationships are about partnership, mutual respect, and understanding. When one person is constantly trying to assert their dominance, it creates an imbalance that can lead to emotional manipulation, control issues, and even abuse. Think about it. In a healthy relationship, both partners lift each other up, support one another's growth, and work together as a team. The so-called alpha approach undermines all of that, turning relationships into power struggles rather than partnerships. Alpha culture doesn't just impact our workplaces and social lives, it also affects our mental health. The constant pressure to be the best, the most dominant, and the most assertive can lead to stress, anxiety, and burnout. It's exhausting trying to live up to an ideal that's not only unrealistic, but also counterproductive. All right, let's say you encounter one of these self-proclaimed alpha types. You know the type, strutting around with their chest puffed out, acting like they own the room. What do you do? How do you handle these guys without getting sucked into their ridiculous power games? Buckle up, because we're about to give you the ultimate playbook for outsmarting the alpha. Just click here and learn how to use the power of reciprocity to outsmart them in their own game.